Hello, and welcome to Family History with Chris. I've got a special one for you today. Um, I wanted to talk to you about my weekend out in Dallas. It was special. Remember last time I did tell you about uh, I had this prompting that I needed to go out and see a member that or a convert of mine from Venezuela. So I did, and that's what we get to talk about today. But first, let's go ahead and start with the tracker. Um, I really hadn't done much this past week um, because I don't know why, but we did get. I'm going to count the endowments that uh, my friends had did in the Dallas Temple with me. So um, so I got one, and there's four others. Now, if you would like to help share, just leave me comments down below uh, to let me know what you did. And we could do it this way until I find a better way. I'm sorry, but I'll just keep track of everything. And then we do have Dallas added. Now I don't know why it looks like that, but that's okay. 17 temples I have here. Same thing with the temples. If you have done any, if you have been in any temples and would like to share, um, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and I would add those here. And let's see how many temples uh, we can fill in. Um, the ones in yellow, if you didn't know, are ones that I have seen. So uh, we've got those that I've seen, and then those that I've been in. Or I'm gonna have to say some that we have seen and some that we have been in, and possibly what I might do is just put this on another sheet, and then maybe we can add pictures of the temples. If you got a picture of it, yeah, let's go ahead and if you'd like to share it, let's go ahead and put it on there. Excuse me. Boy, what a weekend! It was a blessing to be able to go there. And the time at the temple, I can't believe how busy that place was out in Dallas. It's just full. It was it was full. Now I say full. My companions on the mission would say it's not full, it's full. But in Venezuela, that's a word that they've that they've taken on. Uh, you know, to be like you're filled, no more. Está full. So today, okay, so we got that. Now, hold on just a moment. Okay, I don't know what we had there. Um, welcome. Uh, so let me start. Um, I had this prompting. I needed to go see um, my convert out there in Texas, and uh, I've been wanting to see them for a long time. And all of a sudden, I found myself checking my kids' schedule for band and stuff, and found a weekend, which was this past weekend. Uh, and I'm thinking, what in the world? Okay, so if I just automatically am starting to do this, I probably ought to do it. So I got stuff set up. So I made an appointment and had it and talked to my converts, and so we were able to find a time together, which was like uh, Saturday morning, 8:30. Uh, and then I called my mission president because I know he lived out there somewhere too. See if he'd like to come. Well, he couldn't come. He does go to. He's a sealer in the Dallas, Texas temple, which is really cool. President James B. Martino, if anybody knows who that is. anyway, he said, "Well, we still like to see you, so let's go out. You know, find a time." And so we picked about 4 o'clock stuff and did that. Uh, but yeah, going back. So I had help with my friend Clifford Fell. If you don't know, he has Helaman's Army, and you should go check that out. Uh, he's working on communism versus consecration, or things, learning about the law of consecration. I think that's just cool. It's been very interesting to listen to. So I get to go out to his house, and they're kind and let me stay there for a night. Let's see, this was Friday night. I went and stayed, and I was thinking, okay, so trying to think of things to do, but uh, one of my kids had said, what would be cool, Dad? Is if there was a place that did Warhammer out there. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. My kids like playing Warhammer with me and stuff. And that's just something we do as a family. And, you paint models, and it's a strategic game, really. Oh, he's so good at it. I get whipped every time, but that's okay. It's fun. Um, so, like, while I was at Clifford's house, I was thinking, all right, I better go do this because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Um, so I went, and that is cool. I found the flagship uh, store for Warhammer in North America, and it's just really neat. And what else is neat? There was a car show right next to it. My my family, like, would my dad would take me to car shows and stuff, and then on the other side, this is out in Grapevine, Texas. So on the other side, I saw that they had trains, and you do train rides for $10 and stuff. I didn't go on a train ride, but man, it was just kind of fun because those are things that I would do with my dad. See trains and car shows and things like that. But yeah, that was really fun. But the thing was, uh, I went back to Clifford's house, and we had to get up early in the morning because who knows how long it's going to take uh, to get there. Well, uh, took about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending. My car, my car had navigation, and I forgot to set for no tolls. I don't like tolls, so I don't know if I've been on toll roads over the weekend or not. It's okay. And then my phone would always find something quicker, it's like with no tolls. So I didn't know which one to believe. So, but after missing a few steps and things like that, and going, it wanted to take me to the turnpike out there, but no. So it took me longer than it should have to get out there. Uh, it was very cool. I got there. It was about 7 o'clock, and they were saying, "Okay, I think we need to leave." It's like, well, wait. I'm right here, and I don't know where I am. So I took some pictures. It's like, oh, I know where you are. So I was just right out front. Um, so yeah, that was the first time. You know, she saw me, and that was the first time she could hug me, and so uh, had to let her give me a hug. Because missionaries don't get to hug, but uh, here's the moral of the story. You don't know what kind of impact you have on people, um, and this can go for anything. So uh, just be nice, be kind, and uh, honestly, I was one that went from Oh, okay. So there were two elders, Elder Jepson and Elder Tripp. They baptized her and her mom. Really cool people. Her mom had died. Her dad didn't really, would be helpful and stuff while her mom was alive. But since her mom died, then he had didn't have any desire to join the church or anything. But that's all right. Uh, they were sealed in the temple out there in Caracas. hadn't been hadn't been able to do um, baptisms, or I mean, I'm sorry, hadn't been able to do like endowments uh, since they had been endowed. But so this was their first time, and what I didn't know was the night before at 7 o'clock or something like that, they decided to go get their own kits and stuff like. I was going to buy them kits just so they can go and. Um, but they went out and they bought their own kits and uh, and did endowments the night before in Spanish. I didn't know there was a Spanish session they could go to, and it was cool. On the end, I mean, so I'm sorry, my mind, a whole day in Spanish that I haven't done in 22 years. It was awesome, but I'm still I'm still in between like Spanish and English, so forgive me. Um, yeah, so we went and I forgot my clothes. I was so excited, and we took off in their van and stuff. And almost got there. It's like, wait, I need my clothes. So we had to go back, get my clothes and my name, and then we made it. Just actually, I think they waited for us, but everything was there's lots of people there, and one parking spot for us. The kids stayed outside, helped take photos, and or I don't know what they did, but uh, it was it was nice out there. Um, yeah, so we did that, and afterwards they said vamos a comer, and so we went to lunch, and they took me to Big J's out. I don't know where it was, like little, maybe it was Little View or Littleton, somewhere out there in Dallas. There's a Venezuelan cafe. So cool because they had pictures of La Villa del Rosario, which was where they were from. The music blasting like they always do out there in Venezuela. The culture is, just different than here in the United States. Everybody's like bondadoso, uh, and I like to explain the culture of Latin America and North America like fish tanks. Okay, so if you got a salt, I say that North America is like a saltwater fish or saltwater fish tank, and then Latin America is like a community freshwater fish. So in uh, in saltwater fish, it's like you need one per 5 gallons or something like that, or you can have up to one per 5 gallons. Not a lot. I mean, they're all spread out and stuff like that. But in a freshwater fish, you can have one per inch of water or something. So you there's tons more people. They're all community. It's a big old community. Everybody helps out one another, and um, this also made me think about the law of consecration that my that that Mike Clifford that my friend uh, had had been talking about, and I believe they're pretty close to living the law of consecration because come help yourself. It's if you need to use the restroom, you need a place to sleep, and I'll get to this in just a moment. But I'm just going to say that I think they are very close to living the law of consecration. Um, so back to my story. So we got there. It's like, oh, my favorite thing was to eat for breakfast was like empanadas con carne mechada. So carne mechada is like string meat and stuff like that. With huachicaca. I thought huachicaca was like what is it? It's green avocado. Something. It might have some avocado, but oh man, it's sabroso. It was really good. And una malta. Malta polar is so Malta Malta. If you don't know, is like I'm going to say it's like an unfermented beer, no alcohol, uh, and you have to have a taste for it, you know. So uh, out there in Venezuela, they had Malta Regional and Malta Polar, and Malta Polar fue lo mejor, was the best. It was Malta Polar was the best. But I heard at one time that uh, Malta Malta Polar went out of business or something like that. I don't know what happened, but you still you still can get it apparently, and I'll get to that later. Um, yeah, so I had a Malta Polar and una arepa con carne mechada, but then they also got me arepa con carne mechada y huachicaca y jamón y queso. So arepas, uh, they're kind of like biscuits, I guess. Oh, really good. It's with cornmeal. Um, say it's called harina pan. Um, anyway, yeah, wait, white flour, bread flour, something. Okay. Anyway, it was huge. It was like this big, this round. Holy smokes! I've never eaten anything that big before. It's like, how am I going to eat this? You know, I've got the I don't have teeth. Yeah, you see those? They're fake, but that's okay. I was worried that my teeth were going to come out because like it was so huge. It was like holy cow, but it was soft too, and it was like oh my goodness, and it was greasy and I used a lot of towels and stuff. I only finished half of it. It was so cool. um, yeah. So we did that, and I spent the whole day with them. It was awesome. They had an apartment. Okay, so they got three girls, and and then those two. So five. His brothers and stuff had come out with them, so they've got family around, and but they live in an apartment with two rooms. And I was thinking, and they wanted me to stay, and I'm thinking, well, I was going to stay with Clifford. Clifford gave me, you know, they set up his wife's sewing room for, for me and stuff. I thought that was great. Well, they wanted me to come sleep with them. I'm like, okay, where am I going to sleep? It, they had a nice couch, and I was like, okay, I could just sleep on the couch. No, they gave me their room with their bed. Okay, and here they wow. I'm like, oh, I'm happy on the couch, I could, but no, we went on the couch, and they wanted to see Presidente Martino too. So they were driving me around town, and I'm thankful because Dallas, I had a hard time driving. I'm like, I don't know where I am. Let's go. Anyway, uh, so around 4 o'clock, they came with us, and we got to go see Presidente Martino. It is so nice to see him. Hold on. Okay, I'm talking so much. Um, so got to go see him, and I found out with the temple in Maracaibo, it's going to be the exact same place where they had picked out uh, back when President Hinckley was here, and he had a story about this. This was so fun. President Hinckley wanted to keep it a secret and stuff like that, but so they were driving in the van in Maracaibo, and uh, and they had Presidente Martino was driving. I think his wife was up front. I don't remember the details, but you had President Hinckley in the back and Elder Oaks was back there, and then you had some other people, like bodyguard or and then office people with them, and they go out to the place. I think there's a chapel there or something, and a member had spotted Presidente Martino, and that was looking in the car and saw Oaks and Hinckley, and they just went. And President Hinckley says, "Well, I guess it's not going to be much of a secret, is it?" So, that's just it's really neat. And if you didn't know, he also served in Russia for 3 years, and so I got to hear a little bit about that. And very different from uh, Venezuela. And then I think it was like an area presidency over Guatemala. Served his mission in Guatemala, things like that. So, but yeah, and then Sister Martino, yeah, after a while, she said, "Here, let's go get some ice cream." Really nice people. So they served us ice cream and stuff, and so afterwards, like we went back and they decided to go get me some cheat. They call it chita venezolana. You can't call it. It's like horchata. If you had horchata, it's like a cinnamon rice drink. Horchata. So se llama chicha, pero dicen chicha venezolana. Because if you say chicha, like when I came back from my mission, I was looking for chicha, and I found out you can't say that because it's a completely different thing out here. Okay, I think it's like breast milk or something. So, anyway, yeah, don't look for chicha. Look for horchata. Um, anyway, uh, we found some, but then the person who made it, messed up, and it ended up being like a pudding. It was still sabroso. It was still good. Um, they got me some of that, and then we did find some as we were driving back. We found some people uh, selling the chicha venezolana on the corner, and that's kind of what they did out there. And so I rolled down the window and said, "Hey, ballet!" Oh, I should be quiet. I forgot people are sleeping. Sorry. Anyway, we just gritar, yelled at yelled at people like that in Venezuela. It's just nice, friendly, bondados. People are awesome out there, and open. Um, so we get back, and then they tell me, "Yeah, I get to sleep in their room." I said, "No, you don't have to do that. I'll sleep on the couch." "No, no, you get to sleep here. We have Netflix, or Disney, Disney." And so they let me watch that, and uh, wow. But then they go out and they go get me pan dulce, which is like sweet bread or something. Uh, Frescolita, which is kind of like Big Red, but I found out it really isn't. Um, some some like candies and cocosetes and stuff like that we had on the mission. They went out and got me all this stuff. They made me a torta. Torta in Venezuela is a cake. So her mom would make missionaries a cake with pineapples, piñas, and like cherries and stuff like that. They call it torta de piña. Um, oh, sabroso. They would do it for missionaries' birthdays and things like that. Well, 22 years later, it's okay. uh, but oh yeah, it's really good. And then yeah, that was it. I said, you know what, I just go home, and when I get up and stuff, I don't like to travel. I'm more of a morning person, so we got home well, I missed a little bit of church, but we got there for church and stuff, and I get to teach my kids the lessons, things like that. And I even got this you know, compartir mi testimonio, share my testimony And that's what I wanted to do here today was in Spanish. I wanted to share my testimony. This is going on long, but it was a long weekend, so bear with me. But let me show you because I've got uh, I did a collage of pictures with music and stuff like that. Uh, Let me show you. Hold on just a moment. Okay, this is Venezuela. My mission was around here. This is La Misión Maracaibo. Maracaibo's right here. I started clear down here somewhere by Cucuta. It was called Ureña. Excuse me. And what was interesting is like my aunt was like, "Oh, this is back when they were doing the drug wars or things like that in Colombia. Uh, 2000, 2002 is when I served. Um, anyway, started here, and she was afraid I was going to be near the border of Colombia. It's like, oh, it's okay. Well, that's where I started. Nice gente. We call them gochos, and they speak slow, like hola, como me le va, y todo. Um, you got San Cristobal. I did not go there. My second area was Santa Rita. So, so Santa Rita, come clear back up to Maracaibo. This is La Puente. Um, there's a bridge here, and over on this side, see Santa Rita. Oh, here's the bridge. I'm sorry. This is the bridge. Santa Rita is here, and my area went clear down to Cabimas. Cabimas is another area. Nice area. They had a capilla. No, they did not have a capilla. They had a house or something. Capilla's chapel. Uh, and then third area, I went to La Villa del Rosario, which you come back over La Puente, and then it's down here somewhere. How far is it? Like as you go. Okay, so you go in. There's Machiques. Machiques was part of that district, so I know La Villa is close. Ahí. Oh, okay. So here it is. La Villa del Rosario. They had two ramas. I think it was a district. Rama is branch. Two branches. They had a district. They had two ramas here. Rama uno or Rama dos. I was in Rama dos, and Machiques was a part of it. Well, now they have. I think I don't know if they're wards or not, from what I remember, but there's at least four in La Villa. And one story that President Martino was, we were talking about La Villa del Rosario because that's where my convert's from. Um, is they uh, he was talking to someone out there who's in charge of La Villa, and he says that they lose 300 people every month in the church. But the thing is they're baptizing 300 people every month. So yeah, 300 people are coming to cross our border and stuff. Uh, they're losing 300 members a month, but they're also baptizing 300 members a month. So it's kind of the same, you know. Awesome stuff. So from there, I went to Delicias and Maracaibo, little area somewhere out there. And after that, I served 6 months out in an area called Punto Fijo, which is out here. This is it's called La Isla Paraguana. There's a big mountain in the middle, kind of desert, kind of like out here in Carlsbad, except not as arid. Out here it's arid. And then afterwards, I went back and I served in Meni Grande down here. Meni Grande is like it kind of means like the oil. So oil's just seeping out of the ground, kind of like out here in Carlsbad. Well, it doesn't seep out, but we got the Permian Basin, a lot of oil field to work with and stuff. Anyway, that was my mission, and I just wanted to show you where La Villa was, because it'll go apart, go part of what I'm going to show you later. Okay, let's go back and change this. I'm having a hard time with my pause button, so just do that. Okay, so be aware I'm going to be speaking Spanish. If you don't understand Spanish, I'm sorry. Translate it or just feel the spirit. Tengo testimonio del Evangelio de Jesucristo. Sé que esta es su obra. Sé que Cristo vive. Él es mi Salvador. Y me alegro que pudiera ir a Venezuela y ayudar a la gente allá. Todos somos familia. Sé que eso. No importa el color de la pierna o ni nada. Somos familia. Mis convertidos son mi familia. Les amo. Me encanta ir al templo. Es la cosa donde puedes sentir el Espíritu Santo. Puedes sentir más cerquita a Dios. Yo amo a mi familia. Y espero que todos ustedes puedan hacer las cosas necesarias para que puedan seguir juntos para la eternidad. Esta es la obra. Yo digo esas cosas en el nombre de Jesucristo. Amén.
Ahora sí, un abrazo.
Cuando voy a Maracaibo y empiezo a pasar el puente, siento una emoción tan grande que se me nubla la mente.
Siento un nudo en la garganta y el corazón se me salta.
Y sin darme cuenta tiemblo, sin querer estoy llorando.
Es la tierra del Zuliano, un paraíso pequeño, donde todos son hermanos, desde el Guajiro al costeño. Y es la tierra del Zuliano, un paraíso pequeño, donde todos son hermanos, desde el Guajiro al costeño.
Cuando voy a Maracaibo y empiezo a pasar el puente, siento una emoción tan grande que se me nubla la mente.
Siento un nudo en la garganta y el corazón se me salta.
Y sin darme cuenta tiemblo, sin querer estoy llorando.
Todo zuliano que siente su terruño en lo profundo, le parece que su gente es la mejor de este mundo. Hay todo zuliano que siente su terruño en lo profundo, le parece que su gente es la mejor de este mundo.
Cuando voy a Maracaibo y empiezo a pasar el puente, siento una emoción tan grande que se me nubla la mente.
Ay, siento un nudo en la garganta y el corazón se me salta.
Darme cuenta tiemblo, sin querer estoy llorando.
Yo no soy regionalista, pero a mi Zulia lo quiero. porque sé que es el primero de Venezuela en la lista. Yo no soy regionalista, pero a mi Zulia lo quiero, porque sé que es el primero de Venezuela en la lista.
Voy a Maracaibo, empiezo a pasar el puente, siento una emoción tan grande que se me nubla la mente.
Siento un nudo en la garganta y el corazón se me salta.
Date cuenta, tiempo, sin querer estoy llorando.
La Chinita y Papá Dios andan por el Saladillo, llevando bajo su sol que les da todo su brillo. La Chinita y Papá Dios andan por el Saladillo, llevando bajo su sol que les da todo su brillo.
Cuando voy a Maracaibo, empiezo a pasar el puente, siento una emoción tan grande que se me nubla la mente.
Siento un nudo en la garganta y el corazón se me salta.